married agent who represents alleged harassers Brett Ratner, Affleck and Dustin Hoffman, is revealed as man who fondled Terry Crews, and has now promptly gone on leave. The man who allegedly molested Brooklyn Nine-Nine star Terry Crews at a Hollywood party has been identified as star agent Adam Venit. Venit, the head of talent agency William Morris Endeavor's motion picture group, was identified by Variety as the powerful executive whom Crews accused on Twitter of groping his privates. Venit is now on leave pending a company probe into the claims. Among those he represents are director Brett Ratner and actors Affleck and Dustin Hoffman, all of whom have also been accused of sexual harassment or abuse. TV star Terry Crews, seen left with wife Rebecca King Crews, said last month that a Hollywood exec grabbed his crotch. The man is reportedly Adam Venit, left with wife Trina. Crews made the allegations on October 10, in the wake of the claims against Harvey Weinstein that opened up a Pandora's box of alleged Hollywood abuse. "This whole thing with Harvey Weinstein is giving me PTSD. Why? Because this kind of thing happened to me," Crews tweeted. He recounted how he had been at a Hollywood function in 2016 with his wife, Rebecca King Crews, when a high-level Hollywood executive came over to me and groped my privates. Crews says that he jumped back and asked what the man was doing, but he just grinned like a jerk at him and his wife. Venit wasn't identified in the tweets, but sources told Variety that Crews was planning to name him in recent days. Crews is managed by William Morris Endeavor, WME. It's not clear whether the alleged groping was intended sexually, or as a deeply inappropriate prank. Representatives for WME, Venit and Crews declined to comment to Variety. Crews said he feared fighting back, despite being 6 feet 3 inches and 240 pounds, because he was worried he would be thrown into jail. But even stronger was the fear that even telling anyone about it would result in the groper destroying his career. "I decided not to take it further because I didn't want to be ostracized, par for the course when the predator has power and influence," he wrote. "I let it go. And I understand why many women who this happens to let it go. Who's going to believe you? Few. What are the repercussions? Many. Do you want to work again? Yes. Are you prepared to be ostracized? No." Venit represents 3 people who have also recently been accused of sexual harassment or abuse: Hoffman, Ratner, and Affleck. Although he is physically imposing, Crews, seen in 2006, said he was worried about having his career crushed by his abuser. He has not confirmed whether Venit is the man in question. Dustin Hoffman was accused on Wednesday of groping and harassing a then 17-year-old actress on the set of a 1985 TV movie adaptation of Death of a Salesman. "He was openly flirtatious, he grabbed he talked about sex to me and in front of me," Anna Graham Hunter told The Hollywood Reporter. Upon being contacted for the story by the magazine, Hoffman responded, "I have the utmost respect for women and feel terrible that anything I might have done could have put her in an uncomfortable situation. I am sorry. It is not reflective of who I am." A second claim emerged today, when Wendy Riscazzianis told Variety that in 1991, Hoffman had propositioned her under the pretense of wanting to adapt her play, A Darker Purpose. When she turned down his offer to let her explore his body, she said, he and colleague Murray Sisgill, who wrote Hoffman's 1982 cross-dressing comedy Tootsie, dropped her play. Hoffman declined to comment to Variety. Sisgill told Variety, "Dustin Hoffman and I took many meetings with writers and playwrights over many years. I have no recollection of this meeting or of any of the behavior or actions described." Ratner, director of the critically mauled X-Men, The Last Stand, also been accused of abuse, including rape, by alleged victims speaking to the LA Times on Wednesday. Species star Natasha Henstridge said that he forced her to perform oral sex on him in the early 90s, when she was 19, while Olivia Munn said he masturbated at her on set in 2004. 4 other women said he propositioned them. Ratner categorically denied the claims. His lawyer said, "I have represented Mr. Ratner for 2 decades, and no woman has ever made a claim against him for sexual misconduct or sexual harassment. Furthermore, no woman has ever requested or received any financial settlement from my client." On Friday, Melanie Kohler accused him on Facebook of raping her about 12 years ago when she was drunk. Ratner is now suing her for defamation, saying the statement is entirely false, fabricated, and fictional, and asking for damages to be determined at trial. Meanwhile, Golden Globe winner Casey Affleck has been accused of sexually harassing and pressuring 2 women while filming I'm Still Here with Joaquin Phoenix. Both women sued, and he settled out of court with both for an undisclosed amount in 2010. Others represented by Venit include Adam Sandler, for whom he worked out a multi-movie Netflix deal, Gal Gadot, for whom he negotiated the role of Wonder Woman, and director M. Night Shyamalan. He is currently helping to put together Creed 2 for director Sylvester Stallone. Terry Crews' story in full. The following is Crews' story, as related in a series of tweets in early October. At the time he did not name his alleged abuser. "This whole thing with Harvey Weinstein is giving me PTSD. Why? Because this kind of thing happened to me. My wife and I were at a Hollywood function last year and a high-level Hollywood executive came over to me and groped my privates. Jumping back I said, 'What are you doing?' My wife saw everything and we looked at him like he was crazy. He just grinned like a jerk. I was going to kick his ass right then, but I thought twice about how the whole thing would appear. 240 pounds black man stomps out Hollywood honcho would be the headline the next day. Only I probably wouldn't have been able to read it because I would have been in jail. So we left. That night and the next day I talked to everyone I knew that worked with him about what happened. He called me the next day with an apology but never really explained why he did what he did. I decided not to take it further because I didn't want to be ostracized, par for the course when the predator has power and influence. I let it go. And I understand why many women who this happens to let it go. Who's going to believe you? Few. What are the repercussions? Many. Do you want to work again? Yes. Are you prepared to be ostracized? No. I love what I do. But it's a shame and the height of disappointment when someone tries to take advantage of that. He knows who he is. But sometimes you have to wait and compare notes with others who've been victimized in order to gain a position of strength. I understand and empathize with those who have remained silent. But Harvey Weinstein is not the only perpetrator. Hollywood is not the only business where this happens, and to the casualties of this behavior, you are not alone. Hopefully, me coming forward with my story will deter a predator and encourage someone who feels helpless.